Ever wonder what kind of creepy, unexplainable things cops encounter on the job? Brace yourself because we're about to delve into some unsettling tales from the thin blue line. Let's start with an ex-cop who thought he was in for a routine patrol. Picture this: a quiet night, the roads are all but deserted, and out of nowhere, a woman appears on the road clad in a white dress, looking distressed. Our officer stops, offers her a lift home. She climbs in and then, just as suddenly as she appeared, she's gone. Vanished. Not a trace of her in the back seat. And the kicker? Turns out, she matches the description of a woman who disappeared in the area 20 years ago. Spooky? I'd say so. Now let's move on to story number 2. Imagine you're a rookie cop working the graveyard shift. You get a call about a disturbance at a local park. You arrive on the scene, everything's eerily quiet. But then, you spot a figure, a man, or at least something that looks like a man but not quite. There's something off about him, something not quite right. You approach, and he turns around, and that's when you see it. A face, or rather, a lack of one. No eyes, no nose, no mouth, just a blank slate. You blink and he's gone. You're left standing there in the dead of night, questioning your sanity. These are just a couple of the bizarre experiences that officers of the law have reported. And these aren't just your run-of-the-mill ghost stories. These are accounts from seasoned professionals, people trained to observe and report. So, what does that tell you? Makes you wonder what else lurks in the shadows during those graveyard shifts, doesn't it? Think you've heard it all? Well, brace yourselves. Our third chilling tale whisks us away to a quiet suburban neighborhood, where a seemingly routine house call takes a sinister turn. Picture this: an officer responds to a noise complaint, expecting nothing more than a rowdy party or a barking dog. But instead, he's greeted by a doe-eyed child who, with an eerie calmness, confesses to making the noise. The twist? The noise, according to the child, was an attempt to communicate with his invisible friend. The officer leaves, a chill running down his spine, a creepy kid's innocent gaze etched in his memory. It's not always the big bad criminals that leave a mark. Sometimes it's the innocent whispers in the dark. Now let's plunge into the depths of the night with our fourth story. An ex-cop, working the graveyard shift, finds himself drawn to an abandoned building. The city sleeps as he steps into the darkness, his flashlight casting long shadows. A strange noise echoes through the empty halls, a sound that's not quite human, not quite animal. He investigates only to find nothing. But the feeling of being watched lingers, an unseen gaze that follows him until he finally exits the building. The next day, he learns the building was once an asylum, its history marred by tales of abuse and unexplained deaths. A chill reminder that even in the silence of an abandoned building, echoes of the past can still be heard. So next time you see a cop, remember, they're not just dealing with criminals, they're dealing with the things that go bump in the night.